What are we gonna have sex tip of the week? Do you have one?
I'd say don't be shy to play games. I have these card games that I bought from Love Honey. It's called Oh, I think. I haven't played them in a minute, but it has different instructions for you to do with your partner, and it's quite fun. It spices things up. So what I used to do with my ex would be we pick a few cards at the beginning of the week, and when we see each other, we're doing this one today.
Oh, very nice. So like, are they positions or they just?
There's positions. There's like there's all different sorts of things, but it keeps it spicy.
All nice fun,
right? Not in.
I actually have a sex tip of the week. Eyes has one. Eyes has one.
Guys.
Eyes has one. Thank you. It is not every nigga deserves to get ridden. Okay. That's what it is. That's my sex tip of the week, okay? Ladies, don't be getting on top for just every man, alright?
I actually hate
no, because it's facts. Let me just say, and I'm not even lazy in the bedroom. Like, I put in that work. You know, Rihanna? Work. That's my whole bag, yeah? I'm just saying, work. You knew what I was singing. Allow me. But...
Go.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, not every man deserves that level of effort in the bedroom. I'm really sorry. Like, I will never get on top first round. That's a given. Like, you need to show me first round that it is it. Then second round, I'm hopping on that. So yes, ladies.
Once you put in that work, then I'm inclined.
Yes, make them put in that work and show you. And then, if you feel like it, blah blah. She's like, and I'm saying, yeah, that's cool, but are we so used to trash men that we don't know how to, like, we're commending men for doing, like, taking simple things like rejection. Like they shouldn't just be doing that. And I was like, I like that. And she was like, she wants to hear our views on it. So
I like that.
I like that as well.
I think just the society we live in, like, men can sometimes get so aggressive sometimes when you tell them no. Like, I've had people grab me at times just because I'm trying to walk away, won't give them that attention. So, you know what? It's sad.
It's the male ego. It gets bruised,
right? But it is really sad that we're now commending a man for something so simple, which is
facts.
Taking rejection.
Facts. And I agree with you, boo. I feel like we're commending men for doing, like, it's just rejection. It's common rejection.
It happens, it's part of life.
Like, there's definitely no way that I would be like to you, oh my god, he took it so well that I said that I didn't want to go out for a drink. Like, if I don't want to go out for a drink, I don't want to go out for a drink with you, bro. Like, is it by fire or force?
Yeah, but now men want a blue Peter badge for not cheating.
Wait, how did that go from 0 to 100? Or anything like that, possessiveness. But on the flip side, I'd say even now, if I'm thinking about it, another version of my daddy issues is how quickly I'm able to cut off men. It just in the sense that, not like when I feel like things are getting on top, I run, because that's definitely not it. But it's more a case of like when I feel like I've had enough, or I'm at that point, like I just cut shit off, because I don't want to be in that position where I'm hurt or feeling like unworthy, or any of them negative emotions that I know could definitely stem from not having my dad around. Like I said, I know now that obviously death is just death. That's not something that can be prevented. It's inevitable. But I definitely feel like that's the way that I filter through in my relationships. Like, not relationships now, but I'm very aware that my ability to cut men off so easily and quickly is a lot to do with, like, my dad not being around. Like, I'm just like, it's important for me to be able to have that disconnect. Because, like, I think for me, it's like loving, like, I love hard, innit? I'm one of the people, I don't know if you guys, but I love hard. Like, when I love with every fibre of my being. Like, there's nothing that I will not do to you. Like I said, sometimes to the detriment of my own well-being, which has been the case in my past situations. So it's like now I'm just like, nah, I'm shutting that shit right down real quick. Like, I can come across as very, very cold, and a number of my partners have told me that in the past. Like, you come across so cold. Like, I'm such a loving person, but like when I'm in them moments and like I zone out, it's a wrap.
See, my birthday, that I really actually spoke to him about it, and it's because he'd never have it, and I'm like, can you listen to me? These are my issues with you and why I'm the way that I am. And it wasn't until last year that he listened, and I'm like, but you're still not implementing the shit, but okay.
At least he's trying though.
He is.
Oh, okay.
So we move.
But you know what they say, sometimes you can't teach old dog new tricks. Like,
Yeah, my dad, like, he's so Caribbean and he's so set in his ways that he's like, I provide financially, and that's enough. But I feel like my daddy issues have read themselves in terms of, like, because I've seen my mom, like, stay. I have stayed for shit that even I knew, I'm like, I don't deserve this. This shouldn't be something I should be in. But I've stayed, and just because I wanted that love, I wanted that, oh my gosh, I want to feel like I'm in this because I love. And if I'm in love, then I feel like that should be enough. And I'm like learning that I shouldn't stay because I know I deserve better.
but like you said, it does have a lot to do with what you see in your household. That's what you've got to understand. Like you said, you're looking at your parents' relationship, so that's naturally what you're going to mirror image. So like you said, we've had this conversation many a time, like multiple times, like your lack of boundaries and stuff in relationship definitely stems from what you see with your parents. But it's like you said, it's recognising that and trying to implement that change, or just have that self-awareness to know,
Exactly.
like, when
change it for yourself and the generation thereafter.
this is it though, that's all we really can do. Every generation wants to do things quote unquote better than their parents did. So like you said, it just means that moving forward, that when you have children, you'll have that awareness that everything they see around them is what they're going to think is acceptable or the norm. You know, it's conditioning. Yeah.
Sometimes you have to like completely reinvent everything. Like I wasn't at home. I moved out when I was 17. So I saw a lot when I was young, but there was a lot of kids in my house. And even though I'm an only child, I was never alone. So, but I've never met my dad. I don't know what my dad looks like. I don't know his name. I don't know anything. So it's not like my mum hasn't wanted to tell me. I just don't need to know because it's not relevant to me. My stepdad is my dad. They met when I was 2. They got married after like 9 months. They've been together ever since. But I think that in itself is poison, because now I'm like, if you meet that person, you know straight away. So for me, whenever I've had connections, and I've been in long-term relationships in the past, and I've, just like you, stayed for so long, just because if my parents could do it, then why can't I do it? I don't understand what the issue is. But not everybody's meant to be there forever. And it takes a while. Like, I'm big 30 and I'm now learning, like, some of the relationships, like, I've had to unlearn. Yeah, exactly. And I've lived with 2 people. I've had, like, my life built up around that.
A 2-parent household.
Yeah, basically, yeah. And then, like, living with my ex-partner, being intertwined in his, like, family and seeing how his family was, we all have issues. I don't necessarily think daddy issues is like a term that people use because they want to excuse behaviour. But men have issues, women have issues, and sometimes people that don't even have dads have daddy issues, so it's not really a daddy issue then. Do you know what I mean? It's absence issues.
Well, like I said, it's same abandonment. Same thing.
Exactly. So I think it's just learning to set your own boundaries for yourself. We've all stayed in a relationship because we want that person to, like, love us, but that's a self-esteem thing. I think that's like an ego thing rather than like a daddy issue.
Yeah, I agree. Totally agree with you, man. Totally agree with you. And like you said, I think when you don't even have a parent, like a parent, it doesn't even have to be a dad, it could be a mum, where you don't have that reference of port of call to know what a man or a woman, like, you know, like a dad is, like, you know what everyone says, like, women go for men that are like their fathers, and boys go for women that are like their mothers. No, but do you know what it is? I deeped it. Let me tell you why I deeped it the other day, because I was having this conversation with my mum, right? Just talking about even just down to physical type. Now, my brother literally goes for the mirror image of what my mum is in terms of, like, he likes small. He likes small, petite women, and when I was like, when I was talking to her about it, I was like, hold on. If I really think about it, everything I like physically in a man is exactly what my dad was. Which is, my dad's 6'4", built, dark skin, like, and it's weird when you really sit and think about it, because he wasn't present in my life, and it wasn't like an active, I'm going to go after men like this, but there's obviously some sort of connection of, like, this is the man that I knew, or you know, and so I think just growing up, like, it became my type, but I never really questioned where it came from. I was just like, this is what I find attractive, like, this is what But it definitely comes from what you have around you.
See, I don't have a physical. My dad and my physical type.
No, yours is very different.
Because my dad's blonde and blue-eyed, and I don't go for blonde and blue-eyed guys. I'm not saying they're not beautiful because they are, but I'm just saying that's not what
She
I
goes
go
for
for.
nigga niggas. Whoa, let's call a spade, man.
Well, my dad is a nerd though. And I like guys that like if you like anime, if you like comics.
See, but that's what I'm saying. So
Comic
part of what
Con,
you
Yeah,
like,
but
no, but that's
it
what
still
I'm
presents
saying.
itself in
100%
some
traits,
form.
yeah. This is what I'm
If a guy
saying.
wants to dress up for Halloween, that shit turns me on so much. Like, and everyone's like, "You're disgusting."
I think
and
I
I sat there and I looked at the television and I was like, "Am I nasty? Is this what it is? Am I disgusting?" Because it's like, I'm sorry, but if the mood is there, the mood is there.
It's not even if the mood is there. Let's be 100%
I get
honest. You're the
so
most women are
horny
the
on
most
my
horny when
period.
they're on their
It's
period.
the mostest.
I
I'm
love
ready
that word,
to-
the mostest.
I'm ready to climb you.
Yep.
Mount you.
We are mountain.
If SJ had a mount to do before, she definitely will during this time.
Literally, you're the most horny when you're on your period, and I think there's nothing wrong with saying that. You should not feel ashamed. Yeah, man. Whatever floats your boat. Whatever floats. And it's not this big. I mean, I haven't done it, but from what my people them have told me, it's not this like big bloodbath that everyone
There
thinks
really
it is.
was not.
It
Like
really
I,
isn't.
the first time I did, I expect I was like, oh gosh, I don't want to look.
Yeah.
It's not that deep. I like. This is not. It's not anime. Like, you're not chopping off an arm and there's loads of blood coming everywhere. It's not that deep.
Right. Fact.
So just try it, and then if you don't like it, then cool with it. But at least you've done it.
Exactly.
And a lot of guys that I've spoke to about period sex are like, bruh, that shit is lit. Like, it's so much more wet.
I'm about to say,
It feels different. Yeah, like, I'm yet to hear a guy say he doesn't like period sex. I'll be honest with you.
Turn off the lights. You don't need to look, baby. It's alright.
And even that, like,
Sorry.
I've had sex sometimes and it's brought on my period. And I've been like, oh my God. And my partner's been like, it's not a big
Does not
deal.
care.
Like, you can't control. Your period just came. Like, what
It
the
happens.
hell? Yeah, it happened.
However, though, I will say this. I don't know how it's going to work for me now because obviously I'm in a relationship with a woman.
Yeah. Okay, so let's pose this question to you. How would you feel if she said to you, I would like to eat that kitty cat?
Oh, do not eat me out when I'm on my period.
Okay, so why is it different?
I
know it's different. But I want to know why
Yes,
you.
it
I
is.
think it's different as
Yeah,
well. But I want to know
'cause,
why
like-
you think it's different.
I just don't want to be eaten out if I'm on my period. Like this, it's actually blood. So
Yeah,
just no.
I agree.
No.
I definitely agree.
It's like it's the whole like.
Do you know what it is? I think it's
It's another
waist,
step.
like waist down, cool. But like, do we need to bring up the other
Like,
part?
I can do the
to-
clitoris stimulation if she has a strap, whatever. But yeah, I do not want to get eaten out if I'm on my period.
Yeah.
Like I didn't do it with a
And
man,
the
so I
thing
don't,
is-
I don't feel like there's a need to do it
No.
with a woman.
I wouldn't let someone do it.
Exactly.
I wouldn't let someone do it.
And I think, do you know what it is as well? Like, for me, kissing is a massive part of sex. So it's like, if you've gone down on me and I've been like, there's no way we can have that. You know, there's no way we can have that. We can't kiss.
It
Then
feels unsanitary.
because
We could never kiss ever after that.
She's never kissing me.
she's so dramatic, bro.
She's done.
She's so dramatic. He's so dramatic bad with stuff like that. Like, there'll be a bunch of shit that I will be unhappy with. Like, if it's a big thing, I'm gonna address it. But like, for me, it's always the little things that, in my last few situations, it's like have been the straw that's broke the camel's back. In terms of like, it's been the little things that have led me to the point of being like, I'm done. It won't be necessarily a big things because the big things I have to address. But it'll be little things and it's like a build up of them. So yeah, I definitely say that. Not communicating when I've been unhappy, I have to take accountability for that and say like, maybe if I had said I was unhappy or I didn't like certain things earlier on, maybe it wouldn't have got to that point of me feeling like I needed to end our relationship. But then again, no, we're talking about accountability, so let me just stick with
But
that.
then again-
Yeah, I was gonna say, but then again, I feel like it's catch-22 because when I'm in a relationship, I learn every aspect of my partner, right? I
being
learn.
attentive.
I'm so like it's even past attentive. Like I learn you. Like I would be done. Everybody isn't like that. But yeah, so let me not even because it sounds like I'm not taking accountability. But yeah, that's what I would say. I don't think that's what I would
what it is.
say.
that's
I should communicate when I'm unhappy earlier on. That's what I'd say my issue is in relationships.
Lovely.
Yeah, man. Otherwise I'm so perfect. No, I'm kidding. Also, maybe another one I'd say, I can be quite dismissive. It's bad. Not dismissive, right? But I deal with things when I'm ready to deal with them. So, or if I feel like you're coming to me with something, and again, they always say in relationships that, you know, even if you don't agree with a problem that your partner is bringing to you, or you don't necessarily understand it, it's important for you to sit and listen. Whereas me, it's like, if a man brings me, if my partner's bringing me something that I think is bullshit, it's like, I don't want to discuss this because you're actually bringing me bullshit. But I have to understand that it's bullshit to me, but it's not bullshit to them. It's important to them. So I think I need to have maybe be more mindful, or be more
open.
Yeah, be more open or receptive to hearing it. Even like I said, if I don't necessarily agree with it, I need to be like, okay, cool. This is what they're feeling at the time. Let me take that on board. Like I said, I can be quite dismissive. I'm the man in the relationship. I say it all the time. I am. I've worn the trousers in nearly all of my relationships.
And somewhere, someone's sitting there going, no, she wasn't the man in the relationship.
But I definitely was.
Devil's advocate again.
Sorry.
I like a devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, but I ran my relationship. I ran them.
Oh, right.
I run things that run me. Yeah, so that would be my thing.
On my chest.
I just swallowed.
I run things.
Things that run me.
How about with you guys?
I'd definitely say not walking away when I know that like it's done. Because I feel like in my first relationship, I know you're side-eyeing me because I stayed away too long. There was like a whole breakup plan. No, I'm being
As
dead
in like
ass.
tactics?
No, seriously, we spoke about breaking up for about a year.
Fuck.
There was conversation after conversation.
Oh, okay. I say nigga. Nigga with an A, not an ER. Let me just clarify that right now.
Yeah, we spoke about breaking up for like
Friends, like the people that I have around me become so much more important because my family unit isn't really there like that.
Yeah.
So my friends are my family. So I ride for my friends just like I would ride for a partner. So whenever you do something to piss me off, I'm like, I would never intentionally do something knowing that it's going to upset you. So that's why I get so defensive. But like I said, I'm trying to work on that. So I would apologize. I apologize, babe. For getting angry all the time.
Slightly, I apologise. Do you know what it is? There's one ex in particular I apologise to. Because he loved the shit out of me, boy. And when we broke up, it was like his world fell apart. And bear in mind, we broke up, we dated twice. And both times I locked the thing. So, and he's a good man. He's definitely not listening to this, but if he happened to by a whim, yeah, I'm sorry, man. And I really hope that you found the person you meant to spend the rest of your life with. Like I can't say that about many of my exes, but he's a good man. Like a good, and you know, I think like you said.
And the reason why I say that is because I don't think, and there's a lot of situations, and it's a whole different topic, so I'm completely going off topic, but I do believe a lot of times and sometimes there are situations where it's not someone's fault. It's some things have happened.
100%. We hear about it all the time. There's enough times that men have been falsely accused of rape, right? I'm not saying that shit doesn't happen. Like I know there are some very twisted women out there that will spew bullshit, right? And like you said, with things like rape allegations, they know the severity of them and how people are then going to look at this person. I'm just saying, for me, the fact that that's even been like something that's even been able to put to your name, I'm sorry, I just can't do it.
I think I stand with O in terms of if I really understand that it like you really didn't do if there was like, you know, something to prove that, you know, you really didn't
if you've been acquitted, that's what I'm saying. If you've been acquitted, that's a different kettle of fish. But if this is a
but is that not what you were saying?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
If you've been acquitted or we know for fact it's not true, that's very different because it's like I know for a fact this isn't true. But if this is a rumour or something that's a tie to your name,
as long as if it's not cleared out, then no.
That's what I'm saying. That's a straight no-go, man. I can't. Nah, man. Come on. But like I said, I think it boils down to what your boundaries are within your relationship, and you need to know what those are and what you are willing to possibly move past. And also what you need to understand, and I think it's very poignant to say that if you enter into a relationship and say to a man, you know, the worst thing you could do for me is cheat on me, yeah,
and then they cheat on you,
and they you stay. What you've told that man inadvertently is that you can do the worst to me and I'm still gonna be with you.
It's true.
So after that, you can't expect anything else, because what he's going to continue to do is, well, she said this and She's pushed the benchmark now. She said that's her worst, but it ain't really because she's still here.
Yeah.
So his behaviour is only going to progressively get worse from that. Yeah. That's what you need to really understand. Yeah. And the thing is, that's not me saying you can't work through cheating, because, you know, there's tons of relationships where people have been together 50 years and say, you know, there's been infidelity or things have happened and we've chose to work through that as a couple. It has that. I think it takes a very strong people to be able to do that. But I feel like trust is such a hard thing to rebuild. It's like a mirror, you know, when it's broken you can piece it back together again, but ultimately, like, how are you not going to have them insecurities again? How are you not going to have them wonders, like, when he's at the office late, is he really at the office late? Like, that constant in my mind, I drive myself mad. I couldn't do that.
Do things and expect a sorry to be enough of a reason for people to work through stuff. Like, a sorry is more than a word. A sorry is, like, someone posted, I think you even posted, it was like a quote that said, an apology without change is just manipulation.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what it is. If you're really sorry, your mannerisms and everything you're doing and how you want to show, it proves it. And if you're not doing that work, then you're not sorry.
But that's the thing, it's changed behaviour.
100%. And if you're not changing behaviour, then we can't work through anything. If you can't take accountability, there's nothing for us to work through. So I don't want to hear but. There's no but. You're either sorry or you're not.
Do you know, it's just hard though, because I feel like I'm definitely getting older now, and I'm definitely, you know, most people in the world want to find that partner, want to have that somebody, but that doesn't come without compromise. But it's about how much you're willing to compromise, I think, you know. Like I said, what if you're in a situation where you've got kids? And that's not me saying kids is a good reason to say something, but like, you've spent 30, 40 years with somebody, it's like, I love this person. And the thing is, people can say cheating isn't a mistake, right? But I will argue differently, and I only really thought about this the other day, because I feel like a mistake is something that you do once, right? That you can do something once and it can be a mistake.
Okay.
Right?
Yes.
Generally?
Yes.
So if someone cheats, I'm not saying it's a mistake. In the definition of a mistake, it's not, because you actively did something that you knew could ruin our relationship or is going to hurt me. However, as humans, we all make mistakes. Is that saying that something I did, I don't want to be forgiven for? Or something you do, you don't want to be forgiven for? Who are we to decide what a mistake is, or how big of a mistake something is that somebody doesn't deserve forgiveness? Do you know what I'm saying? So like I said, that's not me sitting saying like I would tolerate cheating, but because I've been in that situation when I was younger. I have been cheated on, and I did stay, and that was through age and, you know, lack of self-worth and understanding what I needed and all of that stuff. But I don't know. I don't.
And right now, do you think?
I don't push up my face at people that stay in relationships with people that have cheated on them. I have an issue when it's evident that a person's behaviour hasn't changed, but what you're holding on to is the idea, the ideology of like, this is what it is, and it's like you want it to be this, but it isn't this.
Yeah.
I think people can change,
because I think it's slightly delusional, because you have the idea of what what type of relationship you want, but if your partner isn't there, then
it's not there. Then the relationship isn't what it is.
Yeah. I think, like you said, when your desire for it to be something is greater than what you are seeing in front of you, that's when there's an issue.
Yep.
Like when I think
for me, it's the lie. It's not even the cheat. If someone came to me and said, "This is what I've done. This is what happened." Cool. But if I need to find out from someone else, or if the source of how I found out is different, that's my problem. My problem isn't the act. It should be, but it isn't. Like, I'm just gonna keep it 100. Yeah. It isn't. It's you actively are trying to deceive my life. Now, when you're deceiving me now, I'm gonna start thinking about all the other fuckeries that you've been doing. And I'm gonna start thinking, what, did you lie then too? No, because you're lying. And when you're lying, you're a liar. I don't need liars in my circle. That's not how we move. That's not how I'm rolling here. Yeah. Like, I told you, transparency is 100 for me. You need to be honest. I don't do anything that I don't own up to. There's not one name on these streets that can claim me that isn't true. Because I will tell you if it's true or not. I don't need to lie about my shit. I'm not embarrassed of my life. So, yeah, it's the lie for me. No, don't lie to me.
Do you know what it is? I proper get it. I proper get it. And the reason I say that is because, like I said, I feel like, for me, like I said, it's the lie. The lie for me is like the fact that you can sleep, like lay with me, see me every day, talk to me, and you know you've done this thing, and you haven't.
How is it not eating you up?
Then have this conversation.
This is what I've done.
If you come home after the act and you're fucked and you're drunk or like whatever substances that you choose to do, and you're like, we need to have a conversation, I fucked up, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what's going on, I would look at you differently, simply because I know that the guilt in itself is what's eating you up.
Do you know what
I need you to be guilty, account for your shit. Like,
do you know what it is as well? I think it's like I said, we as people, every single person is broken, right? We've all got quote unquote baggage. So it's like, I always say, when someone cheats and steps out on somebody, it has everything to do with them and not to do with their partner.
Yeah, of course.
So that's another thing. How much do you love this person that you are willing to not just forgive, but delve into why they felt like they needed to step outside of your relationship? Because that takes a lot of... We're about to sit down and really dissect where this disconnect came from, that you felt like you need to step out of a relationship. And for a lot of women, that's a lot of conversation. Defo beard. Every single one of my exes has had a beard, and a healthy beard at that. I'm not talking little like ghost. I'm talking beard.
Connects.
Like, my juices is dripping on that beard. That kind of beard.
I actually hate her.
Alright, cool.
I hate
I'm
her.
just saying. But yeah, I do like the bald beard look, but that's not consistent, because the one you're speaking about just recently went bald. He wasn't always bald. Yeah, when I was with him, he wasn't bald.
I like a hairline. I think hairlines are cute.
You know, right now, I told you, right now my thing's dreads. Whew. Dreads? That's the only acceptable form of long hair to me.
Yeah.
You
know what? No.
Plaits or
If you have hair, don't
accept
approach
me.
her.
Like, there's this one guy in my gym, right? Like, he came in last week. I saw him for the first time, and he's eyeing me. And the joke is, he's handsome, but he got braids. So I'm just like, you better not even. You better not even. Because how old are you? Why do you have braids? I generally don't understand. But yeah,
So, healthy needs listen to him, maybe go shape it off.
I doubt it. Because you know me, I'm antisocial. In the gym, don't talk to me when I'm training. It's disrespectful. But yeah, I have a type, man. Let me not even lie. And I don't vary from my type. Dark skin or brown as well. I haven't dated a light skin guy or mixed race guy before.
I've never dated a mixed race guy. They've always been, if they're light skin, they're fully black, or if they're not black at all, then they're Arab.
Really? Do you know what though? And I be like, people are so shocked when I say I like white guys. But I have
you have a type.
I have a type of white guy. Again, I have a type of white guy that I like. Rough, rugged. He has to be built.
He's a builder.
He has to be tatted. Like, I like, so for me,
my guy we met at thing.
No, he wasn't. No, he was cute, but he wasn't my white guy type. Like, if I had to say what my white guy type would be, it'd be a cross between David Beckham.
Okay.
I'm saying you need to be rough, rugged, tatted, and
he's pretty though.
No, but only sometimes. Have you seen certain pictures of David Beckham, like where he's got his beard?
The beard's grown out a bit. I know exactly what
you couldn't be a clean-shaven white guy. And then I tried to just conform, because I felt like I didn't want people to be able to say anything to him about me. When really, what it should have been like is, you need to tell your people, like, that's my woman, period. Do you see what I'm saying? That's my woman.
And you stand up for you.
And stand up and stand again. The difference between boys and alpha males up in here, okay? That's it. Facts. So yeah, that's what I'd say. That's what I've tried to be. That's what I've tried to be for somebody that. And after a while, it's just played out. Because I was unhappy. Because it's like, I'm not living my authentic life. I'm not being who I am. You can only wear that mask for so long. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't recommend. 2 out of 10, I would not recommend. 2 out of 10, I would not recommend.
I would say I really value emotional connection, emotional availability. However, in my last relationship, in the beginning, he seemed emotionally open. However, as the relationship went on, I realized that he had so many issues, so many things that he wasn't willing to open up with, and like, I tried to get him to talk about them on many occasions. Like, I suggested counseling, I suggested so many different things for us to like try, so I can get him to actually open up and like, so we can move through things. Like, because I knew he had issues. It's like, I want to help him with that, because you know, once you've done some work on yourself, you can recognize that someone else hasn't, and you'd want to help them, especially if they're your partner. You want them to be in a better space. And so for me, it was trying to be that for him, trying to allow him to realize that I'm a safe space for him. And I feel like nothing I did made him feel safe enough to open up. And I really blame myself for that. And I was just like, you know what? Like, I can't be that for you because you don't want me to be. So.
Well, that's it. Just what you said is, you don't want me to be
that.
I
had to recognize that.
Something
exactly.
Like that.
I had to recognize that if he really wanted to open up to me,
He would do.
So I had to
See,
leave
my
it alone.
ex said something to me. He said to me once, and it stuck with me, and this was like 2000, maybe like 10. He said, you can never make someone do what they don't want to do. Such a simple saying.
It's true.
But when you deep it with everything, like I was told that the man you date chooses you, regardless of whether or not you're a feminist or not. You don't
I
believe
agree.
that?
No, I agree with you.
Like, men choose their women, right? Like,
Men choose if they
want to be with you, they choose you. We can do all that we can. As a
Bruh, I
woman,
wish we had longer to talk about this.
Yeah,
You're
honestly.
fucking, it's facts. A man, I don't know who it was on my timeline tweeted
Yep.
this, right? And he said the same thing, like men choose their partners.
yeah.
Because if you want a relationship with that man, that's great. But if he doesn't want a relationship with you,
He's
there ain't
not
no
gonna be
relationship.
Okay, well, I'm just thinking of the particular situation where the condom went missing.
What do you mean?
I
Inside,
still
she
don't know
means
where
like-
the condom. I just still don't know where the condom is to this day. By the way,
In his
Sure he
pocket
didn't. You
is
sure
where
he
the
didn't
fuck
flip it
is.
off?
no, he didn't.
In his pocket is where the fuck it is.
Did you see him put it on?
Yes.
Okay.
It just went missing.
And then he entered you.
Yes.
And then there was no.
Is it still?
I don't
Then
It might still be in me.
condom no more. What?
I don't know. We didn't finish having sex. Though,
But that's
I'll do
not
that.
something that he did that you didn't like.
But that's what came to my head as soon as you
Okay,
said
fair
that.
enough. All right, I'll give
Because
you
I
that
haven't
one.
really had like bad sex.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I have.
Cool. I need to hear this.
Fucking no. Yeah, it's but it wasn't really that something that he did that I didn't like, but it was more. You know when someone thinks that they're being sexy because they know that you like being like dominated.
my
So like I like when someone's like strong when they like hold you or whatever. And this and again like it was a long-term partner, so luckily I had a conversation after a while and was like, yo, this is not okay. But he would do this thing where he'd like
I'm busting up already.
try to like. So you know your head is like on the pillows and he's trying to move your head so you bang your head into the headboard. I'm like, what are you trying to hurt me for? I don't understand what's going on. And he continues to do it. So you know at the end of it my neck's strained because I'm trying to resist.
Beloved. don't fucking.
You know, like, wait, you know what it's kind of reminds me of? You know when you're cold, yeah, and then you put your shoulders up to your neck and you're like bare stiff. You know what I'm talking about? If you've ever been that cold where you put your shoulders so tight up to your neck,
are
yeah,
stiff.
you're stiff.
You're not.
That's what that reminds me of. Like, if you ever turn too quickly and got a pain in the side of your neck,
You're giving yourself with that.
bruh.
The pain is real. No, honestly, that was the worst. I was like, can we stop, please? And when I told him, he was like, I thought you liked it. How? Please? I don't understand. Not one facial expression is giving you anything of anything. That's my one thing.
That's the worst.
That's worse.
That's horrible.
I finally thought of something, but you go.
I've had like not sexy dirty talk before. Like,
What are they saying?
like it was weird. Like,
I want to know.
like when I think back, he was proper like narcissistic. Like it was
Oh.
like it was weird. It was weird. So he was like he obviously I like talk me through sex in it. Like talk me through coming and stuff
Of
like that.
course,
That's so
talk
sexy,
me through
right?
my nuts,
Yeah,
yes.
Talk me like the baby. Yeah, talk me through my shit in it. But he was just a bit like it's like he changed his octave when he was speaking to me. Yeah, like it was.
I would have been freaked out. Like, what are you doing? Who are you?
Like it was. What's worse is I remember because we used to have like he had a mirror at the side of his bed. So like it'll be when you're on your stomach and he's behind you and like we're both obviously looking at we were looking at each other in the mirror, but he was like speaking to me and like his facial expressions whilst he was speaking to me was weird. Like he was like I can't even do it because I will die. No, because it's gross. It's so gross. It's so gross. He was just like, I'm trying to think of what he said at the time. He was like, oh, come for that, like, oh, come for daddy.
Don't say it like that, please. You're
Because
disgusting.
that's how he spoke. Like, oh, you like that? You like? Like, hold on, do I have to stop
I would
laughing?
turn around and be like,
He was like,
who the fuck is
he was like, hold on, if I stop laughing, I can do it. He was like, oh, stop laughing. Stop. Because I'm trying to get out and I can't. god. Oh
Go.
god, he was it is.
Select yourself.
Oh, it's just fucking
Gather
madness.
yourself.
Stop it. He was like, hold on. I'm gonna get this out. Oh, does that dick feel big? Like,
In this voice.
oh, does that dick feel big? Tell me you like it. Like, what are you even doing?
I'm walking out the room. I'm walking out.
Like, it was so... And you know who his face reminded me of? And you're gonna die. Remember Scary Movie, the guy with the hand? No, when I was younger, I had aggressive fingers, you know? Like, it was awful. It was awful. Like, you don't really know what to do.
Am I enjoying this? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
Like, you know, you're screaming and like you're moving, and they think that
You know when the movement and you're like,
and they think that, oh yeah, she likes that.
No.
I beg.
No.
Obviously, when you're younger, so you don't even know how to tell somebody that you don't enjoy something.
That's so bad, you know, when you're young,
I think
you
I
don't
just
know how
was
to say
like,
this.
I think I just remember moving his hand, and he was like, "No, you can't hack that." No, and I was like, thinking, "That's not what it is. That's definitely not what it is."
You can't hack it.
No, it was like, no, yeah.
You can't
So
hack checkers.
go on, before we close out, what was your last one?
My last one is premature fingers.
Ah, see, there we go. We're on the same page, man. That's awful.
If I'm not wet enough, do not stick your finger in me.
Like
I want to be driven before you stick it.
clit stimulation.
Hey,
is-
that's what I want you to do.
Do you know what I
before
even
you-
like? I like clit stimulation over my panties. Like I like that. Like, and then take off my panties. You can get to it. Like,
Get the pedal driven.